The Rise of Africa, the continent, the diaspora, and BRICS explores the relationships that are affecting the global economy right now. This book explores the relationships of the African diaspora's influence on the African continent and why this is important in stabilizing relationships with an understanding of how BRICS impacts the future, good or bad. You can order your copy of The Rise of Africa today on Amazon.com.
All right, there we go. Shalom, salama, emi, shalom. Greetings to all of my Israelite brothers and sisters from around the world, whether the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the house of Israel, or you are a Gentile grafted into the house by the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach. I welcome you this morning. I had to start off with this family. I had stated it yesterday. I'm going to remonetize this platform. And that's really because I have to. And that's just the season I'm in. Good, bad, and different. That's why, look, I will have to ask you all to politely say things in terms that will not get a strike on my channel. And, that's what it is. To not have the wiggle room. Because this is the times that we're living in. And, when you're living in times that everything is filled with uncertainty, and everything is filled with uncertainty, man, it takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on your body. The funny thing is that when I know that my body is literally operating under stress and duress, and I've seen it, I've dealt with this a couple times over the years, especially the last 4-5 years. I get stress hives. And I panic because I get stress hives because I'm stressed, and it's an overwhelming loop and cycle. And it stinks. But the great thing is that at least I know how my body operates. But I don't have the excuse of saying, "Oh, I need to have mental." What is that the word that they use? I mean, they just did it with the school shooter in Georgia yesterday. We don't have that luxury. We don't have mental illness or mental exhaustion. No, you got to get going. You got to get moving. Get your behind moving. I trust in the Most High that He's going to make a way, but the word also does say a man that doesn't work is a man who doesn't eat. So there has to be something that resolves those scriptures. And see, in Babylon, we've been told, look, if you don't work, if you don't do, then to oblivion you'll go. And that's real. How many folks have had channels and their channels shut down? Yeah, the last time I heard about that, brother, I heard things were not so good, and well, it is what it is. So, yeah, as I am trying to work in the background to remonetize the channel, there's been over a couple of years where I didn't have to worry about monetization. And now I have to clean up over 2 years worth of videos. That's crazy. Because there's been so many policies and backgrounds and things of that nature. So, with that being said, there's going to be folks that will not be coming on, even though I put the link on out. And if I put the link on out and I've dealt with you or I haven't dealt with you, I got to give warnings. Because the reality of this is this channel is not a hobby. And I had to understand that this channel was not a hobby. This is my ignorance. This channel is literally now my livelihood, as well as other endeavors that I'm doing. Everything that I try to do, it is to support a livelihood. I'll ask for you to support the channel. I appreciate it. And I haven't asked that many times, especially when, you know, things are dire. I can count about 5 times that I've had to ask. At least on this channel. We've had to ask for things on Quest 2 Night Africa. But the reality is that it's getting harder and harder to get away from this system because they're closing every single loophole. And now I have to move into this space because if I don't, my content will be shut down. And it doesn't work like that, Line Pride. Yeah, I would like to jump onto another channel, but it will take time to grow. So it's actually funny. The funny thing is, the Ruach HaKodesh, she'll tell you these things in advance. I literally was talking about this about 4 or 5 months ago. 4 or 5 months ago, I was talking about this. I said, yeah, they're going to come for our spaces. I got to put up a Rumble. So I'm working on that. I said it's going to be about another 2 or 3 weeks. Well, and you have to understand, look, if they're shadow banning subscribers and everything else, they're shadow banning all that. And I've been quickly approaching the almost 5,000 subscriber mark that they really can't shadow ban. So I get throttled. And as many videos as Teo and Jacoby put on out there at Teo Ministries, you know that their subscriber count would be well over 100 some thousand. So yeah, so those are going to be some of those platforms that I'm going to have to look at. Rumble, Odyssey, other things that's on out there. We'll see. And I just said thank you, Father, for this time that I was able to get on here and proclaim your word. If this is the season where I'm at, I give him praise. I don't believe that he's going to leave me altogether destitute. I don't believe that. Not for 1 second. But I do have to consider what he's trying to do and where he's trying to now lead me to that next door. Because there are some things that he's during this time when I got laid off last year, the Most High has blessed me to do several different positions that honestly I didn't want to do. I didn't really want to write a book. Most High had me write a book. I didn't really want to do speaking engagements. Most High is going to have me do speaking engagements. I didn't really want to travel. Most High's had me travel. And I'm hard headed. Don't get it twisted, family. I'm hard headed. I tell you, the Most High and I, we get into tough tussles over this. And then he has to whoop my behind. That's why I don't show my face, because I get spiritually black eyed, teeth broken. With me, he deals with my spiritual 8-year-old, 9-year-old self. to where the switch doesn't cut it. He has to get the board that has that one or two nails that's bent, hammered back in, but you can still feel the impact. And and that's what he does. He knows my pressure points. The Most High is a Elohim of spiritual jujitsu. He be having me in that ankle bar, that arm bar, that head choke, and I still be kicking to the point I pass out every single time. I have to wake up. This is what you have me, Father. Hallelujah! I can't complain. Hallelujah. But here's the reality of it. I wanted to keep it niche. I wanted to say what I wanted to say. And, when you're able to just not be controlled by funds, oh, you can say whatever you want to say, especially on YouTube. Excuse me, for the most part. But you see how they kind of turn down that rhetoric? Now, folks aren't really like, well, those Eastern Mediterranean nation and people. Have you noticed that, you know, it's a social engineering experiment that's happening. No matter how much they tried to engineer, no matter how much they tried to algorithmically control, right, how our emotions were and how we thought and how we looked at things, it never mattered. I would try to do my best to say things in a manner that wasn't too controversial. I tried to hide the smoke screens and talk about their dog whistles. And, when they were understanding that they didn't have the clout in the spaces in these digital communities, per se, then they had to threaten with, well, we're going to make you shut up. Well, isn't that the same thing that they did to us right after slavery? I mean, there's 200 people in the chat. Do you realize we couldn't even form and talk about this with more than two people walking down the street? See, every law that they've had on the books, don't think that they got away with it. Civil rights, blah, blah, blah. No, all they did was they transferred the power of the state to the corporation. That's what they did. Understand all of the smoke screens, the elements that you have of the deception tactics. Because why? We just covered that earlier this week in Colorado. what was going on in Aurora? Oh, it's affecting Colorado. Well, Colorado doesn't have as much of a African American community as Chicago. So we'll roll up on in there. And for black folks that we come across, yeah, they're gonna be in the crossfire. Gee, I don't know. Does that not sound like those hooded folks that came about after birth of a nation and enacted Jim Crow laws and provided extra judicial punishment, vigilante, discriminatory, racial justice? Come on now. Instead of the white hoods and brown shirts, it's now the leather jackets. Same playbook. Same playbook. Same playbook. And when you understand it's the same tactics and the same playbooks, well, now you understand how you can move. I told you, family, I'll try to be on this channel as long as possible. I got an understanding how they were going to try to move me on out of here. Because what is it that they can ultimately control? Well, it's their dollar. It's not my dollar. It's not your dollar. It's their dollar. And so they'll do everything that they can to then have the control system of their fiat currency impose extrajudicial punishment. That's how this works. Oh, you got a guest on here that said something? Ah, demonetized. You got this on that there? Ah, we suspended your video. You got this copyright on that here? Well, I thought it was royalty free. Nope. That's why today I could only play one video. Because now all the other videos, I can't even play the countdown anymore. It's copyrighted. Anything that you hear with music, I got to go back. I got to scrub those on down. I got to figure out where I'm going to put it at. And if you think that that's just with this channel. Don't even get me started with Quest 2 Night Africa and how we've been blacklisted via the U.S. Treasury. Yes. I get the emails. We all get the emails. We'd like to donate, but we can't even donate. And these are from our brothers and sisters across the world. So, what's the weapons of warfare? Well, it's financial. I've been telling you that. This has all been financial warfare. It's been that way for a while. Well, redlining, financial warfare, not being able to get loans, financial warfare, not being able to get jobs that you qualify for, financial warfare. And see, we've been screaming warfare, warfare. They're you doing that to our finances, warfare. And then you want to know what? They say, shut up. If you say anything else, you're a terrorist. If you say anything else, you are a supremacist organization. If you say anything else, you're anti S. I'm just talking about financial warfare. And here's these examples, and here's these scholarly articles, and here's even your own reviews. Your own journals, your own peer reviewed papers. And they get mad and they seethe with anger. And when you tell too much truth, then the algorithm alerts the trolls and they're on your channel. And when they can't do that, then they go through other means. This is a spiritual warfare. It's all spiritually connected, all spiritually integrated. This is the matrix. The matrix system. And now the matrix system hasn't just affected us, it's now affected them. And it affected all them that said, hey, who cares about black folks? I don't need to worry about them. That's their problem. So what? It's their problem. So what? Why do we need to worry about Zion? Right? It goes all the way back to Jeremiah chapter 50. We just read this. And I'm gonna provide a couple of articles here, and we're gonna talk about this. See, the problem that this nation is having is that when you do wickedly, and when people think that their wickedness is not being exposed, well, I'm sorry to say, they're lying to themselves. They're being delusional with themselves. Shout out to Brother Ron, Truth Unedited. You know the funniest thing. This is what I like to do. I told you I'm a comment. I'm a comment troller. I don't post or react to folks on in there. But what I do is that I read the comments, and let me tell you, family, take 30 minutes and peruse the comment from "We Are Not Black." Just look at the comments. Look at that playlist. We are not black people. And go from there. Because what was going on with Brother Ron is that he was getting hundreds of thousands of views talking about every subject on out there. Talk about the Roman Catholic Church. You talk about how they hijacked all these different things. And then when he broke it on down of who the people are, that became a touchy subject. Yeah, exactly, Naguana. Yeah, they loved all those conspiracy theories being broken down. But when you say that the biggest conspiracy theory is us, and then you have, I told you, look, he's going on now to part 10G. I think part 10 with the we were scattered was the evidence of the scattering. He's gonna have to break that down into double alphabets. Part 10, subpart BB. Shout out to Brother Ron over at Truth Unedited. Because what was going on over at his channel when you started to see part one, oh my goodness, the Gentiles were jumping out of their skin mad. And why were they mad? They were mad because the spiritual battle was being uncovered. But why is that? Well, it's simple. In that day and in that time, look, understand, why are they mad? Because they know that scripture is being fulfilled. Why are they mad? Because they can see that everything that they had believed their forefathers had covered up is now on full display. And if they hear a Hebrew talking truth, then guess what's going to happen? The whole world stands up and pays attention. The whole world stands up and pays attention. No, family, the whole world stands up and pays attention. Why is that? Because you have our people in the four corners of this earth. I don't care if you're a flat earther or a round I don't care. And part one, you start seeing part one, two, three. They gave up at like part six. It's, it's the ones that were real belligerent. It's all about Jesus. Oh yeah, about that. Let's show you this. Ah! They gave up at part six. They're like, ah, boy, he broke down the nations. We can't hide. And you know that brother is going through attack now. They got it. It's attack mode. That's why I say pray for him. Pray for our brother. Because why? Because every time we open our mouths on these platforms, it's a cost. I knew it was a cost when I opened my mouth. It's a cost. It's going to cost you everything. Everything. See, it's easy to lie. I could have just gone through, spewed some lies, and I could have ended up uh, millions of subscribers. I could have turned around, said, "Hey, YouTube, do you want to give me some money so I can lie some more?" Yeah, sure. Here you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep, perfect. Let us know if you need anything else. Keep doing what you're doing. That's what they love. That's what they want to hear because that is the control. That is the control mechanism. That's always been the control mechanism. Problem is that they have, shout out to Sister Shonda when she showed the video yesterday for a world without black folks. I believe that's Sister Shonda. Don't get me lying. I think it was African diaspora news. A world without black folks. What would that look like? But they don't want to tell you that the world without black folks is not just a seasoning. It's about the monetary control of a people that has been collateralized to enrich themselves off of us, off of our culture, off of our work, off of our brain power, off of our humanity. And that's been a system that's been at work and used against us for quite a while. And why is this the case? Because again, they wanted to hold the scepter. See, I thank Brother Ron for what he's provided. I truly do. But the crux of the issue is when you have Zion swallowed up in the midst of Babylon, when you have the scepter being used by a people, why do you think every other nation looks at the United States? That's the part that has to be delved into. Man, the US, man, the US, wow, the US. Well, who made the US the US? They knew who they were taking. They knew of our people's lineage. They knew of who we were there in Spain and Portugal. They knew of our lineage to David. Shout out to brother Benny Israel. He breaks that on down. So if I have Zion, if I have the scepter, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to use that scepter. And they've done that. They marketed us. They exploited us. Used and abused us. How many of folks have grown up in the 80s and 90s and all the movie stars, a good majority of them had some sort of a chemical substance abuse, had some sort of an encounter, a horrific encounter. To where their bodies are used and abused and broken. And for shame, they didn't want to say anything. Well, nobody's ever going to believe you. How many times have we heard that, personally speaking? Nobody's going to believe you. Nobody's going to believe you. Here's the problem now. The curses are reversing because here's the thing. Nobody is believing them. Let me go ahead. I'm going to share this real quick because we got to bring this on back before I go into these articles. Here we go. Got to go to an oldie but goodie. And here it is. Obadiah chapter 1. This is what the Most High pulled up in my spirit. It's like, nah, you gotta talk about this. I'm like, hallelujah, thank you, Father. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith Yahuwah, our Elohim, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahuwah, and an ambassador sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high. I don't think it's just that the habitation is high. To me, and you all can do all the studies, I believe that, look, it's a self-exalted, right? Look at what I have. Look at all the things I have. I have roads, I have street lights, I have a great place to be at. I don't have to worry about this or that. I got, all the conveniences of life. I got Uber Eats. These are all the things. So if we want to qualify that statement, that's to me the interpretation. Obadiah 1 and 3, that saith in his heart, Who shall bring me down to the ground? Who shall make me debased like these other nations? I don't. I'm above these nations. That's why everybody wants to come here so they can feel above. Come on now, bring in the Venezuelan gang so they can do what? So they can continue to do what? The dirty work of white supremacy. That's it is. Come on. Obadiah verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahuwah. Who is bringing them down? Not us. He is. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? Which is what's happening now. But they don't care. As long as they say, no, you go to them. Go to those Negroes. If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? Mm. This is what's happening. This is how they have treated us. We have not been able to have not even an iota of generational wealth passed down because there's schemes in place to keep monies away. There's schemes in place. You want the money, it's going to pay, it's going to take money so you can even have access to the money that belonged to your forefathers. Do you realize that that's theft, right? No, this is my family's money. You can't have access to it. And in order to do so, you got to pay tens of thousands of dollars. That's legal theft. That's on the law. So if it's on the laws, and guess what? I guess it's righteous, right? I'll let you all be the judge of that because I know Yahuwah is the judge of that. And he's judging these nations for it right now. Because why? Verse Obadiah, verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men were at peace with thee, have deceived thee, and prevailed against thee. And they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Look, if you're going to do wicked, then guess what? Wickedness is going to be done to you. Let's go to this article by Newsweek. Fair use. Fair use. I'm going to play this. This is from Newsweek. This is fair use. Educational content. U.S. Marines targeted an attack on streets of NATO ally. This is from September 2nd. This is 3 days ago. So Erdogan has a speech. I'm not going to play that speech because, it'll get this broadcast in trouble. It always does. At least 2 members of the U.S. Marine Corps were attacked in a brazen assault on the streets of Turkey on Monday at the hands of a nationalist Youth Group, according to a statement from the American Embassy in Turkey. Video circulating on social media showed a group of men holding down one of the service men dressed in civilian clothes, placing a hood over his head and chanting, "Yankee, go home." The Turkey Youth Group, TGB, a branch of the far-right Baton Party, took responsibility for the assault, saying, "No one will be able to respond to the cries for help from U.S. soldiers. Your hands are stained with the blood of our brave soldiers and thousands of Palestinians." Let me, just give me a second. Let me do this so you all can see. What does this say? You will leave our lands. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. The far right Baton Party of the Turkey Youth Union, TGB. I want to give a shout out to Brother Yacoba on this one. Oh, he's right here. So, Brother Yacoba. Saw I had you in the back. I was reading this article. Oh, go ahead, Brother Yacoba. You're on mute, though. Just chime in whenever you're able to get your audio in. But I wanted to say, let me get back to this. I'll let you say it, Brother Yacoba, when your audio is good. I'll let you say it. Okay. He'll be right back. But let me tell you this. When Brother Yacoba comes, he's going to say, but there ain't no 400 years. There ain't no 400 years. I don't care what Brother Ron at Truth Unedited said. We're not going through judgment. We're just going through a rough patch. And yes, we may have had some Israelites.
Hey, Karis.
Hey, Brother Yacoba, how you doing? Shalom.
Man, I had to get up here, I had to give you some support because people don't understand, and when you out here, you're on the front line, and this is the thing I don't understand about our community, and I'm not beating y'all up, but when Karis come out here and many people come out here, I mean, I remember when y'all was in them Christian churches, right? Y'all support the pastor like crazy. And here, you got people who keep you updated on news, who keep you updated on prophecy, who keep you updated on teaching, stuff you ain't never seen or heard before. But y'all give them pastors like thousands and thousands of dollars. They ain't teach you nothing but the same old stuff. And so, Kara's got to come on here and ask for help. I'm like, he shouldn't have to do this. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have to do this. And I feel some kind of way because, a lot of people who are on these YouTube channels and stuff like that, y'all have no idea what they go through. Y'all already heard my story. I mean, I got beat up like crazy. I know other people who got beat up like crazy. I can't even talk about. Karis is dealing with stuff y'all don't even know what he dealing with. I know because I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I just had to come out here, Karis, and give you some support, bro, because you shouldn't have to be going through this, man. That's how I feel.
Just as you had said the other day, Jacob, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Yahuwah delivered them from them all. And, listen, we're all in this here. We're all being afflicted. And that affliction it's a system-wide affliction. It's a systemic affliction. Look, they're about to shut down my Cash App in less than 14 days. You want to know why? Because they say that coming here is a service. That's what Cash App says. This is a service. For me to be on here is a service. That's what they literally categorize this as.
But why would they come after you? I mean, I don't get it. I'm like, all these other channels out here and what they talking about and craziness and stuff. I'm like, I don't get it.
Because our message is effective.
Oh, I got you. They hitting you for Q2UA.
Yep. The message is effective.
Yeah, they don't want the continent to unite with us at all. They don't want that at all.
Mm-mm. So now, they're going to try to hit every single iota. That's why, I have to remonetize and do all sorts. Look, when you understand that the chess move, what do you have to do? You have to position yourself for the next move. That's all I'm doing. I'm positioning myself for the next move. I'm not being scared. I'm not moving in haste, right? No, we don't move in fear, but we have to move in wisdom. And that's why, look, that's what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, Quest United Africa is a nonprofit. So what did they get a chance to go after? This channel.
Yeah.
But if they can't hit you one way, they're going to hit you another way. That's how that goes. Why now the hit? Because now you see what's literally happening in Turkey. Now you see what's literally happening in these other areas of the world. Let me see if I can find that video on TikTok. Because that's not the only video, and that's not the only one that's happening. These folks are losing not just their minds, they are losing their position. Okay, here we go. Fair use. Brother Koba, tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you think about this. This is CBS Fair Use. I don't think it has sound, or maybe it does. All right, let's see.
Help protect Israel came under attack yesterday.
Well, let me turn the sound off. Who would have seen this happening? Come on now. Who would have seen this happening? This is CBS News on TikTok. Let me give the credentials so my video isn't flagged. Yeah, I think Bolivia is now siding with Venezuela, and they're leaning. And that's what I wanted to break down today, because there's layers of these components. There's layers to this component. Thank you, family, for the support. I appreciate it. Thank you, Brother Yacoba, for coming on up here to support.
Yeah, we got to stick together, because what's happening, we can't survive alone, right? And This whole thing, even with what you see in Turkey, right? Add what's happening here in the States with Venezuela and stuff. Now, I think some of that stuff is a psyop, be honest with you, some of the Venezuelan so-called attacks. But as it was in the days of Noah, the whole world was filled with violence. We're there, right? And the reason why they're going after Karis, I'm gonna tell you why. The reason is because one thing they cannot stand is the uniting of the Negro, which is why they took out Sankara and people who wanted Pan-Africanism and unite. Same thing with COINTELPRO. Anything that unites us, they will take you out. Right. And as Karis was saying, the financial is that's the new weapon of choice. Right now, they got the other weapons. They'll use that, too, if you get too high, ask, Malcolm X. But this is where we're at. These people don't play. Right. And we're on the front line. Right. And the only way to survive is with the Most High and together. I'm telling you. Look, remember when I told y'all that things were going to get worse? They're coming. We're in those days. They are coming for us. Don't get it twisted. And they want us out there fighting, right? And I'm not saying Malachi, 5:8 not about to happen, or what is it? Amos, one of them. I think it's Malachi. We're at those times. Look at this. Look at Turkey. Look what's happening.
Wait. I just got to show you. I had to show that. I had to show that. Because you have to understand, look, they can't go out in the world and persecute the world anymore. They really can't. Look at what's happening. The world is fighting back. Look at what's happening. We're bringing in this. You can see this is Obadiah right here. Let me share this again. Obadiah, verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Why? Because look at this article. They're telling you. Let me share this article again. They're telling them, this is blood on your hands. This is blood on your hands. Why? Because their pride has deceived thee. Let me get back here. This is from Newsweek. I shared this article. Shall I not in that day, this is Obadiah chapter or verse 8, shall I not in that day, saith Yahuwah, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the Mount of Esau? Brother Jacoby, you tell me, does it seem like these IQs have dropped? As a matter of fact, here's the funny thing. Let me get this. Let me get this on out here. IQs for. Here we go. I love to bring up sources. Let me share this. This is Popular Mechanics. I like reading Popular Mechanics. They don't really they're very unbiased in my opinion. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. So you can see that, huh? You can see that, Yakoba. Ain't no 400-year prophecy.
Come on now.
Come on. Rapid. Here it goes. American IQ scores have rapidly dropped.
We can see that too, can't we?
Oh my goodness. No. Listen. You can see it right here. Let me do this. Let me share this because now you can see this. This is what you can see right here. Here's what you can see. Look, you're going to see this man's face. You like to wear hoods, don't you? Well, I got a white hood for you, boy. You want to wear them hoods? I got a hood for you. Look at that. Look at that. I know that's so wrong. I know that's so wrong. I know that's so wrong. Oh, I got a hood. Look, I got one. Yeah. Yeah, that's her. You got somebody try to save him. Don't save him. He don't want to be saved. Don't save him. I had to put that 3-6 on him.
But they're supposed to be a NATO ally.
Exactly. Exactly. Look. Oh. The wise men of Teman. Look, goodness gracious. All right. All right. Let me get back into Obadiah. Let me share this so then we can read that article and truly appreciate the context of what the Most High is doing. Worldwide. Worldwide. Here we go. This is Obadiah, verse 8. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahuwah, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed. Well, I'm telling you, when he had that cloth or hood placed over him, he looked very distraught, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Why? Because let me tell you this. Let me share this again so you can understand. When you're at this point in time, let me get the remix. When you're at this point of time, the rest of the nations are sick of you.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to say anything. Guess what? We just sit here and let the Most High show and prove. This is from April 8th. This is from last year. Brother Yakoba, I'm kind of disappointed that you hadn't, saw this across your desk and brought this on out, because I know you be perusing.
I can't keep up with everything now. It's too much.
I know it is. I know it is. But, getting back to popular mechanics, American IQ scores have rapidly dropped, proving the reverse Flynn effect. So, a Northwestern University study shows a decline in 3 key intelligence categories, a tangible example of what is called the reverse Flynn effect. Leading up to the 1990s, IQ scores were consistently going up, but in recent years, that trend seems to have flipped. The reason for both the increase and decline are still very much up for debate. No, it's not. The Most High's judging them.
Oh, yeah.
Scores and verbal reasoning, matrix reasoning, letter and number series all decline. Interestingly, scores and spatial reasoning went up. Why is that? Man, let me tell you this. This to me, come on, Jacoby, this is gonna cut them hard to the core. This is gonna cut them hard to the core. Jacoba, can you? I don't know if you've seen the newest Planet of the Apes movie.
No, I haven't.
Well, let me just say, Brother Jacoba, have you? We talk about the Planet of the Apes series.
Oh, yeah.
What say you?
You mean the story about black folks going into slavery and black folks coming to rule over the white folks? I'm just saying.
Well, let's understand this, right? There was a virus, right, that was released, and it started to have a cognitive decline on certain people. Oh, wait a second. Wasn't there a cookie that had a cognitive decline and caused what? A haze? Oh, my goodness.
Interesting.
I'm just saying, YouTube, don't shoot the messenger. YouTube, this is for educational purposes, scholarly purposes to identify and address current events in a biblical manner. I don't know if they're going to buy it. Who knows? Might as well just say it. I don't think they're going to buy it.
At this point,
really
at this point, brother Karras, just do the work of the Most High, because you can't please them devils.
And when he says devils, he says the evil, and we say deviled eggs, and deviled eggs sound real good right about now.
Deviled eggs.
Yes, okay. We talk about incel fruits as GMOs. Because there ain't no life coming out of those GMO fruits. Oh. But here's what this article says. Americans' IQ scores are trending in a downward direction. I didn't write this article. Papa Manix wrote it, and I'll give you the author. If y'all want to have, if these trolls get on up here, you can talk to Tim Newcomb, and you can talk to Northwestern University. That's right there in Chicago. Here we go.
So are black folks in these stats or not?
They won't tell you that. They won't tell you that. They'll say that is it'll be detrimental to show you the population declines. And here's the thing. Actually, I don't know. That's a good idea. I mean research that this afternoon. going to my academic resources and let me find out about this study. There we go. But isn't that interesting? Now, I want to caveat this. The article was showing from 2006 to 2018, so it does not coincide with the cookie. But boy, oh boy, I would have to say on the PSA, if that were to happen, don't do it. Let me go ahead so folks can see. This is not what I said. Americans' IQ scores are trending in a downward direction. In fact, they've been falling for over a decade. So you're telling me for over a decade, people have been getting dumb. Well, we saw that. We understood that.
Can we say Soylent Green?
Come on now.
Telling the movies are prophetic, aren't they?
Come on now. Because we're just scratching the surface on this one. Oh, we're scratching the surface right here. Obadiah verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob shall shame cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive, his forces and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem. Even thou wast as one of them. Because let me go into here. I wanted to talk about this AFD party winning elections in Germany this year. And this is from CNN. I'm going to post that here. Let me share this screen. Control C. There we go. It's in the chat. Let me get into this article right here from CNN. Again, this is fair use. Fair use. This is as of September 2nd. AFD, let me try to. AFD becomes first far right party to win German state election since 1945. Story by Christian Edwards, Claudio Otto, Matisse Otto, Nadine Schmidt. That was as of, again, September 2nd. These are far right folks. And, there's going to be a little bit of slant, and there's not a little bit of slant. There's always a lot of slant over in CNN. But AFD, or the Alternative for Germany, has become the first far-right party to win a state election in Germany since the Nazi era. This is on CNN, YouTube. Dealing a crushing blow to Chancellor Olaf Scholz's government with only a year to go before the next federal election. After voting closed on Sunday, the AfD was projected to become the strongest party in the eastern state of Thuringia with 32.8% of the vote, and to come to a close second in Saxony with 30.6% of the vote. Brother Kobe, I'll let you take the first stab at this.
All I hear is another Hitler coming.
Do you think that and you got to remember, Germany hasn't really been unified. They've only been unified a little over 30 years. A little over 30 years.
Oh yeah, that's right. East and West, right?
Yep. But here's what they won't say in this article. I put this article on out there. I did CNN. Here's what they won't say in this article. The West is hitting the panic button. Brother Koba, why is the West hitting the panic button?
Because everybody's moving away from Babylon.
and what specifically caused the panic button that affected Germany? That Biden said that he was going to do, and then when it happened, he said it wasn't us, and then blamed
the Nord Stream.
There you go. There you go. They're in trouble.
They are. And it's interesting, since the scripture said the 10 shall hate the whore, we could see that all the BRICS nation hates the whore. You know what I'm saying? I'm goodness. Like, in the past, I used to think, okay, maybe those 10 over in Europe and all these things, Western Europe. No, it could never have been them, right? It's the BRICS nations that have to separate themselves from this woman who thinks she controls everything.
Come on now. I got another article for y'all. Boy, oh boy. Y'all didn't think I was gonna be coming with some fire today. Fia. Bon fia. Oh. But here we go. Let me start. Let me switch directions, because here's some things when you talk about BRICS adjacent, right? New development bank folks. Okay, you now have the quote unquote basically board of directors with the 10, and then you have BRICS adjacent, right, with the new development bank. Basically, folks getting the money out the bank to get away from the SWIFT system. So here we go. U.S. service member detained in Venezuela, officials say. I literally talked about this yesterday. That they had that failed Bay of Pigs. Let's see what the article says. This is CNN, fair use. A U.S. service member has been detained in Venezuela, according to 4 U.S. officials. U.S. officials familiar with the matter. The service member, a U.S. Navy sailor, is a U.S. citizen and was detained on August 30th in Caracas, according to the officials. One of the officials said he is being held by the Venezuelan intelligence agency. I wonder why. The last time it was 2 U.S. soldiers. Well, now they got to use a sailor, and there's some implications to that one. A defense official told CNN, "We are aware of reports that a U.S. Navy soldier was detained on or about August 30th by the Venezuelan law enforcement authorities while on personal travel to Venezuela." Personal travel to Venezuela. Okay.
Sound like he was trying to implement a little bit of democracy.
Well, that's the story. They're giving us a story. They're giving us a story. Problem is, man, how many times have they tried to take out Maduro and all those folks? I'm just saying, why would you even want to travel there?
Exactly. Knowing the relationships we had between U.S. and Venezuela.
Bolivia is getting ready to join BRICS. This came on out. They're not going to necessarily join BRICS per se, but they are going. They've here we go. Let me just share this article instead. This is from Mayor News. I don't know the veracity of Mayor News' reporting, but there's a couple of other credible Google News reports. But I'm going to let me drop this again in the chat. I like to build up, when when you see Jacoba and I talking. Oh, here we go, Sister Betty. Here we go, Sister Betty. I have to kind of censor some things, Sister Betty. I'm trying to monetize. These folks done got me. Shalom, Sister Betty. You're on mute. Shalom.
Hey, Sister Betty.
Oh, yeah, she may be having some technical difficulties. Sister Betty, when you're in, just jump on in. Okay, so from Mayor's News Agency, I'm assuming that this is going to be Tehran. Okay, but so Tehran is reporting that Bolivia reaffirms significant interest in joining BRICS group. It's from yesterday, September 4th. Bolivia has reaffirmed its significant interest in becoming a member of the BRICS group, as confirmed by the country's foreign minister, Celinda Sosa, highlighting Bolivia's strong motivation to join the influential coalition. Sosa emphasized the strategic importance of BRICS for Bolivia, citing the group's role in creating an alternative economic framework that could greatly benefit the nation's development goals. Okay, critical infrastructure, economic development. Brother Jacoba, Sister Betty, y'all can does it now seem as though did I not? Let me share this. Sorry. Here we go. This is the article I shared. Bolivia reaffirmed significant interest. There we go. And here it is, so I can make sure that folks can see that, because this font can get a little small, but at least you're able to kind of see with some clarity. Development goals. Development goals. Sister Betty, Brother Yacoba, explain to me, is it a significance that or is it coincidence that we're hearing about development now?
I don't know what they mean by that.
Oh, well, let me break that on down to you what they mean. Well, if a country has a boot on their neck for so long and you can't get out of that economic repression and oppression and suppression, which leads to economic depression, now development sounds like the best key word to say. We're getting our foot off your neck and we're going to be building this thing ourselves. And we're sick and tired of you.
So let me ask you this. Is it possible that the globalists are driving these nations to the BRICS Union, right? They knew that a unipolar world order could not last forever.
Exactly.
They had to go to a multipolar. And so now they're creating the conditions for people to be driven to the other side, right? And so, as we see in the scriptures, the 10 shall hate the whole burning with fire, but then they give their power to the beast. So it makes you wonder if all of this is by design.
Exactly. And, burning just doesn't mean, a physical burning. Look, folks can be with their pockets on fire. You ever heard burn a hole in the pocket? Well, somebody's been burning some holes in other people's pockets. And now we're seeing this because here's something I wanted to mention in this article, because here is really the crux of this. Let me scroll down. Sosa also revealed that Bolivian President Luis Arce had accepted an invitation to attend the upcoming BRICS summit, which is scheduled to take place in the Russian city of Kazan from October 22nd to the 24th. This participation signals Bolivia's commitment to strengthening its ties with BRICS member states and advancing its bid for membership. Now, everybody's going to get cozy. I'm just saying. Brother Yacoba, you could take the first crack. I'm just saying. What say you, Brother Yacoba? I know you're itching to say it. Ain't no such thing as a 400.
Hashtag ain't no 400-year prophecy.
Man, what does that mean? Well, now, number one, yeah, somebody had talked about Venezuela. Yeah. Venezuela is trying to cozy back into BRICS through China because they were trying to use the dollar system and then the dollar jacked them up. The dollar jacked them up. Their inflation went to like 400% with their president that they got in office last year. He was like, "Oh, we're going to go towards the dollar. We're reaffirming our commitment with the dollar," and their economy literally just sank to the ground. It sank to the ground. And now they had to tuck their tails and run back to China. And they're like, we see the error of our ways with rejecting the thing. And, they're kicking themselves. And now you have Bolivia with Venezuela that's already committed. And you have Brazil, one of the biggest countries on the South American continent. South America is going BRICS. That's the global South. They're going new development bank. That's the antithesis, the antagonist. These are the alternatives. economic frameworks. I don't know what else to say, family, but you have to look at what they're saying October 22nd or 20 to 24. Why is that going on? Because I believe, this is my speculation, I believe that they are gearing up their forces. You just don't have these heads of states meetings without the final coordination. To me, this is the final coordination. Isn't that Jeremiah 51? You know, a rumor here, a rumor there.
Yep. In 2 years and all of that, a war breaks out.
Yeah. And now this war, you know, folks were saying it was going to break out when? October 7th of 2023. I mean, we were waiting on it. Don't get me the line. I was waiting on it. But as we had said, nah, they are biding their time and they're coordinating for this final piece. They're coordinating for this final destruction. Because let me get back into here, Obadiah, verse 12. But thou shouldest not looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, that we were scattered to the four corners. Shout out to Brother Ron, Truth Unedited. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. See, family, I'm trying to tell y'all, don't say nothing to them. Just leave. Y'all should have seen it coming. Y'all should. You know how many Gentiles are subscribed to Brother Ron over there at Truth Unedited? And now we can understand that, look, he got him with them cartoon figures.
For real.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't take a swipe at that. I'm sorry. Golly, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, family. That's so horrible.
It's true, though.
Yo, I'm going to be attracting Gentiles, and this thing is going to be Covenant Awakenings Teletubbies. My God. I'm sorry, family. That was horrible. Father, forgive me. Father, forgive me. Oh, right. Thou shouldst not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldst not looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance. What? You shouldn't have stolen our stuff.
Yep.
In the day of their calamity. And what are they doing? They're still stealing our things. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the day of Yahuwah is near upon all the heathen. Oh boy. Let me sorry, Lakova. I'm gonna have to. I know this video is not gonna be monetized. I'm gonna have to get my habits, because why? There it is. Here we go. There it is. Y'all wanted to do their auto defays and everything else. Y'all wanted to terrorize us with hoods, and now they're hooding you all up.
They don't understand because you know, white supremacy, they don't have any negatives, right? They don't understand that the world is changing.
Mm. Mm.
I mean, how long we been warning them, Karis? I'm like, they be in the background listening. We know that, but guess what? They don't repent. They don't do anything. But from what I'm seeing, I'm sorry, y'all in trouble. I mean, I'm not saying we won't get caught up in some of this, but y'all in trouble. I mean, if you can't see that, as Karis mentioned in the beginning, the curses have flipped. Y'all don't see that?
Here we go. Here we go. Obadiah, verse 15. For the day of Yahuwah is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Oh, it doesn't matter. These are those that have forsaken Yahuwah. It doesn't matter. This is Zechariah 11:5. It doesn't matter. This is Jeremiah chapter 50. It doesn't matter. See, they're understanding.
I'm a Christian, Karis. I'm a Christian.
Yep, I have the Holy Spirit. I've got that joy down in my heart.
Yeah, down in my heart. Down in my heart.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm back at work doing all sorts of ungodly things.
Yep.
So now they're about to be rewarded. Here it is. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, the people, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down. They're about to be engulfed. They're about to go through what they put us through. I don't know what to tell you.
But that was them. That's not us. I didn't do anything. That's what they say.
Here it is. Here it is. And they shall be as though they had not been. They're about to get eradicated. Yep. You talk about the mud floods. Nah, this is going to be mud flood 2.0. It's going to be fire flood. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance.
Yep.
And there shall be holiness. And the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. The house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. I don't care what you think you stole. You're going to give it back. Let me get Brother Mike in here. Shalom, Brother Mike.
Shalom. How you brothers are doing?
What's up, Mike? Mike.
What's going on, Yakoba?
How you been, brother?
Man, you know how it is, man. Day by day, it's not saying you look you're looking for bad, but at the same time, you want to see a little good come out of your life. I mean, as a whole, as a people. And I think that's where we at, man. I mean, we just it's like, if y'all go get this started, go ahead, get it popping. Let's get it over with.
Yeah,
I mean, we've been in.
We got
you know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, you can, I heard you say that you asked Karis, how long we been warning them? And truthful.
Been warning them for years. I've been warning them for at least 4 years.
All right, but still, Kobe, you started when?
About 2015, 16.
Okay. That's still a relatively short period of time that the Most High has started gathering, waking up his people. Mm-hmm. And then his people went out on a warning campaign. Just like you may say, hey, Karis, now don't be taking stabs at me, Karis. It's just like when Yah woke up his people, brothers and sisters went on the internet or they was talking to family and letting everybody know, oh no, we're those people. Mm-hmm. We woke up and we started giving our warnings.
Yes,
And it's like we literally went up and went door to door knocking on people's doors in a short period of time.
Mike went from Jehovah's Witness to Yahuwah's Witness. Instead of JW,
Man.
Mike became YW. Have you heard the good news? Let me give you this track.
Hey, let me tell you something, bro. Because I used to go. I mean, I went from door to door, and I was in the neighborhood that I was preaching in. It was the ish people, and they would come to the door. But I got tired of them just saying, "No, we're not in." Shut the door. So I just I was saying to them, I said, "You do know that salvation originated with the Jews." And so I'm talking to this lady. Oh yeah, I got her attention. She stood there for a moment. She loved that. I was preaching to the wrong people. And I'm like, ain't this something? I'm telling them that salvation originated with them. Come to find out we're those people.
Mm-hmm. She was looking at you in utter astonishment, like, this Negro is not awake. This Negro.
I should be preaching to him. But it's becoming tiresome because not only are we seeing how events are playing out, we also seeing a threat to our own people. And we seeing a threat, we seeing a setup. I mean, it's like, I know they thought, they lied to us and they kept us in the dark. The Most High brought us to the light. Now we seeing this light. We understand a whole lot more things. And I watch, I don't know, I'm kind of with Jacoba on one of his shows he did, Karis. Mm-hmm. And it seems like now, and this is just, I seriously believe, man, we may have to, I'm gonna say we may have to throw some blows.
That's Malachi. That's Malachi chapter 5. Look, we're not going to get out of here altogether unscathed, right? And I'm listen now. I'm trying to monetize this channel. I can't say there's going to be a struggle. There's going to be a bit of a tussle, mm-hmm. to what. There may come a jousting of sorts.
All right.
Look, Karen. What you probably need to do is just make sure you got multiple streams to receive income, because it's gonna be hard not to speak the truth.
I know.
It's gonna get that way.
Let me put this in the rojo. All right, black folks are gonna have to become some Willy Wonkas and just be shooting a bunch of nerds.
Yeah.
Sucking on them Jolly Ranchers till they start to cut your mouth up. Oh my goodness.
Micah 5.8.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying Micah 5.8. I was saying Micah 5.8 is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, what did the scripture say? I mean, I can't recall it by heart.
Micah 5.8 says that the young lions are going to be amongst the Gentiles, tearing up asunder, and nobody can pull them away, right? And you can see that our people about to go buck wild.
Wait a second, Jacoba. Because here it is. Because that was going to be the tie-in. Let me get through this. Let me get through Obadiah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau
or stubble,
and they shall kindle them. Why? Because the world is not going to really care what's going to happen to them. See, right now, as we are doing the work on the continent, you got to remember they're working and they're thinking, oh man, the oppressor is looking at us. Now the oppressor's getting hooded. They're wearing the white hoodies.
Yep.
From the Turk. The Turks are giving them the white hoodies.
Shalom, Brother Caris.
Shalom, Sister Betty. Yes, there we go. We can hear you.
Hey, Sister Betty.
Shalom, Brother Jacob. Y'all know I'm at the preschool.
Oh, I know. Giving you time.
I'm hearing in here. Look, I just want to jump in and say this right quick. I'm not sure if y'all are aware that Harris just Al Sharpton asked Kamala if she was gonna sign the reparation bill when it got on her desk, right? I was dying laughing this morning because she said, yes, I am. And then she did this crazy, creepy laugh. Like she's laughing like, y'all gonna believe me? Like, how many lies can I tell you, Hebrews?
Exactly.
Y'all just jump on board with it. She's laughing as she's saying, yes, I'm going to sign this reparation bill. Do our people have any sense at all? I'm just saying, not being mean. I'm just asking, what is wrong with us? You know what's wrong with us? You are in that great delusion that Yahuwah said that he's going to send you in because of your disbelief. You in the same type of delusion whenever you wanted a king. You, like he told Moses, they did not deny you, Moses. They denied me of being their king. They denied me. They didn't deny you. You never their Abba Yah. So he said, give them what they want. So you still in 2024, still voting for what you gonna get what you want. You Democratic fools out there that's telling you a Democrat or Republican, you are a complete fool. Come listen to this right here. I did this little study. Trump is out here stomping in sundown states. And you got
I've seen that.
There's no such thing as sundown state. Do you see how delusional these people are? And I got white families right here that go to Stanahatchee, Florida, and it is known to everybody in this area that is a sundown town. And you got idiots out there in the world talking about that's not happening anymore. Trump is out here in these sundown cities, family, stumping for troops. He's rallying up support for his wickedness. Stuff. Same thing that was about that the Most High said was wrong with us. No belief. No belief. And don't you know that the lawless one has already been introduced? He's already here. And we up here talking about going into a freaking voting booth with one evil over here and one evil over there, which is the lesser evil. To the Hebrew, both of them and all of that government beast system is against the Hebrew.
Yep.
Always been. It's always been. And here you are actually believing that this woman who is not black, tell you she's not black, tell you she's not doing nothing for you, and you're gonna believe that she's gonna give you reparations when she already said she ain't gonna do nothing for you.
She said, exactly.
You know what? She can be black all she want. I mean, she can be black. She still go do the same thing. She got a mind set up.
Well, the question that people need to ask is, what is going to be in that reparations bill that you're going to sign?
Absolutely.
That bill would just say reparations bill. What's the rest of the bill? I signed the reparations bill.
Okay.
Nothing in that bill. Easy. We did it.
And then you know what, like Sister Betty was talking about, you ask her any type of serious question, she comes right behind with that old creepy laugh. What? I'm serious. I'm like, what's wrong with this woman?
No matter how serious the question is, she come back with that creepy laugh. Like that's a creepy laugh, like back in the day when we was drinking. What's wrong with her? I know what's wrong with her. She is not for you. She got Black Rock stamped on her forehead. Do you know who Black Rock is?
That's why she claiming black. Okay, now you're making sense now, sis.
Yeah, black is in Black Rock. She's claiming her financial allegiance.
Okay. That's what she's doing, and we're thinking that she's for you. I want any Democrat to get on. Tell me why would you believe that Kamala Harris is for the Hebrew? Anything. Give me anything. Why do you believe? Why? Because our people are still in this great delusion. He said he was going to send you into great delusion, and look at it. We talk about the continent of Africa all the time. Do you not know the number one thing in the world that is going on today? It is Africa.
Yep.
Africa is on every nation on the planet mind. See, they're still scrambling for Africa just like they did years ago. It's going on right now because without Africa, the world dies. Just like without Hebrew in America, America gonna die and fall without these Hebrews. They must hold on to the Hebrews in order to live and thrive because we are queens and kings of every culture, sports, music, dance, we are that. And they know it. Name me something that these Edomite cave people invented and really developed on their own without going around the whole earth stealing and pillaging. Where's their creativity at?
Guns.
That's it.
That's all they ever know. That's it.
That's all they know.
That's all they know.
Projectiles.
Yeah.
What
oh, you're right. Projectile. I'm sorry.
Okay. Every aspect of culture, when it comes down to art, they stole it out of Benin. They stole it out of Africa. They go everywhere stealing everybody else's culture. But what is their culture? Oh, I know what their culture is. Christmas, Easter, Halloween, Thanksgiving. That's their culture right there. Paganism is their culture. Paganism is their culture. And what do? We go attach ourselves to the very paganism that oppressed us. We're sick people from the head down. A sick people, family. And like I was saying, how guys, how in the world do the Africans still, and I know this from seeing it with my own two eyes, how they still cry and worship a white Jesus in a casket? How? Because they are still in strong delusion. And listen, though the majority of those Africans, not all of them, but the majority of them, they believe in witchcraft and paganism. They believe in their deities. They believe it. They are in
you know what's this? Well, you know, to a degree.
And the only reason why I'm saying that, Brother Mike, is because my driver, when I was on the continent, look, he comes from the town where it is widespread. It's so prevalent. He comes from a generation of that. And he's a good man. Don't get me wrong. So that is the reason why I'm saying it.
No, I'm not gonna knock that because we ran into that a conversation about that about a week ago. I mean, I know what you're saying about that. It's just as strong as here as it is in the United States. It just, you know,
they're still very delusional about it. They're still very delusional about it because they're still praying to that for help. If that was going to help them, why have the continent been colonized except for Ethiopia? Why? Because they're still praying to that for help, but it never came. Just like we did over here, still praying for a king to be over us and take care of us and do something for us, and it never came, and it's not coming because you won't turn. Our people on the continent and on this continent, you will not turn and allow Yahuwah to be your king.
What you know? What I'm gonna say this though, sis. I'm gonna say this though. Now, in this neighborhood that I live in, I mean, I'm seeing Hebrews coming up with hotels with Jerusalem written all on top of it. Now, I'm starting to see that trend now. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, there's a lot of still Christian worshiping and things of that nature, just as much as in the United States. I mean, we all lost that history, and I think that we are all waking up at different times. Now, if you go back, let's go back to 2015, when brothers and sisters started to wake up. and everybody was talking about it was a lonely road. Yes, it was. You can't say that now in 2024. It's not as lonely as it was in 2015. People are not looking at you as crazy in 2024 when you were saying Jacobo, he was big up on that 400-year track. Come to find out, all right, there's truth to this. Now, all of that mockery from 2015 to now, no, there's a measure of respect that has been given, whether it's going to be silent or it's going to be verbal. There is a measure of respect. So, all right, this person here, he was on point. The Most High used him to do this and do that. Now, I say this because you have individuals that the Most High is awakening at that time. I was not awoken in 2015. I stumbled upon some Hebrew camps, just about doing work and everything. I listened to a lot of stuff. I listened to some of the stuff that they was talking about, but it was like, it went in one ear, stayed there for a moment, and it traveled on. But then when the lollipop started to happen, people sitting at home a whole lot more. Now people starting to read the Bible a whole lot more. Then that's when this awakening, it got its boost, I would say. But not so much here in Africa. I would say that. But at the same time, I have to give, because we was in their shoes at one time. We called ourselves devout Christians. And so they thinking that they're devout and all of this and things of that nature. And on top of it, when you have a people that is using their economic situation against them, and the church is part of that problem. Believe in God, and the poorer you are, the richer you are in heaven. This is what they're preaching, and this is what a lot of our people in the United States as well as in Africa is believing. Now you are being a awakening Hebrew. You could be talking gibberish to them, because right now the Most High is not letting it in right now for them. But when it's time for them to wake up, they're going to wake up. I mean, this is just me. I don't want to judge the brothers, because I've been in their shoes. I thought that was it. I thought Jehovah's Witnesses was it. And, these last days, everybody else gonna get destroyed. That's what I thought. And you got others say, hey, when it's all over said and done, I'm going to meet the Lord in the air. This is the teaching that we all had. But then we started to wake up and we started hitting it hard. Because if we didn't do it, then not the Most High said he would cause the rocks to speak. So it's going to get done. It's going to get done. And I know it's irritating to see our brothers and sisters still, see them have a white Jesus all up in the churches. I see it right in here in Africa. They got a big old picture of a white Jesus, and they believe it. They got them all on the side of their buses and everything. But the moment that they wake up, they're going to be just like us. They're going to be upset because they've been told a lie and they lived a lie. I mean, at least that's my line of thinking on it. Now, I could be wrong now. Don't get me wrong now, bro. You understand what I'm saying, Sister Betty? Did she fall off?
Yeah, she may be in the
I ain't
background.
fall off, Brother Mike.
All right.
In the order thing, a man is talking. A man is talking, not a boy, not a transgender, a man. So when a man talk, you let a
I'm
man
glad you
talk.
said it now.
You let a man talk when he's talking. I ain't got no business saying anything until you get done. And I do understand what you're saying, Brother Mike, but understand this. So I did Bible study last night, and I'm laying in the bed all night long. The Most High is still messing with me all night. I'm like, can I go to sleep? So what he gave me was, I'm looking at all the different channels that are there. Digital, God for purpose, all type of video. Do you not know what the Most High showed me was how powerful this Antichrist beast system is? Because you can look at all these channels. I mean, except for us now. I'm talking about the other channels who's supposed to be bringing the truth. This is how Lucifer has set this up. When you're looking at all the other channels, just look. When they put on their videos, they make every single Hebrew Israelite, including Yahuwah, they make him a white man. They make him an Edomite. Make him somewhat a cross between something out of Mount Seir and the Horites and Esau. They make this transgender being. That's who they are. So they're always all over the world. Hasatan have them pushing the image that everything is them. Nothing is about us. We're battling a giant. We're battling a Goliath. We're battling the seed up in here. See, because he has spreaded it all throughout the internet. He uses the internet to get his message across. We just drop in a little bit when they let y'all channels thrive. When they who own this system, this YouTube system, when they decide you can grow your channel, more people can see your channel. That's because you're being governed by the same system that Kamala Harris is being governed by. Trump is being governed by. Biden is being governed by. All of them. This is a wicked system that we're in. Listen, you're not just fighting against no flesh and blood. You're fighting against mighty principalities. This whole system, look at the channels. They make sure still that they keep the real image of the people and our Abba Father. They make sure they keep us out. Every channel do it, no matter what they say. They are all still keeping us out of sight, out of mind. Only you guys who are out here on the front of the battlefield are doing what the Most High have you to do. And I know this for a fact because it's just up here. Why can't we freaking get along? Because this delusion, this separation is delusional. From the continent to America, it's still the same delusion.
Yeah, they went in deep. You're right, sis.
So different. I'm on the call.
Mm.
So it's no difference. What I'm saying is because this whole beast system, it is family. It is real. But the Most High don't want you to. Second Thessalonians and 1 says, look, do not be easily moved. Do not let your mind be troubled by all of this. He said, because the lawless one has to come. Like I said before, the lawless one is here. He's here. It is here now. But look, he said with the breath of his ruach, he's gonna win. It's not gonna be no battle for these demons out here because he just gonna use his breath. We don't have no guns and knives and weapons of mass destruction. We have nothing. They don't want us to know that our weapon of mass destruction is Yahuwah through his son Yahushua HaMashiach. That is our weapon. That is the only weapon that we have. Your boat ain't no weapon, fool. Your boat ain't no weapon. Your boat is trickery and delusion. Mm-hmm. Your boat is a noose around your neck. That's your boat, silly. Our power is in unity. Our power is in togetherness. Our power lies within us because Yahuwah is with us when you turn back. Because listen, they're talking about Project 25. Listen, some of the lies they say that are in Project 25, but we know when they put up a lie, it's really the truth. Because they said that, they're not trying to take the books about slavery out of the schools. See, that's a big lie. in Florida, in Polk County, in Florida, period. Because Ron DeSantis just did it. He just did this all over the state of Florida. My daughter is a teacher. She donated books, Black history book and slavery books. She donated them to my school because they took them out of the classrooms in the library in public school. So there. So that's just one of the things that they telling a lie about, but it's true. They say, oh, that's false. That ain't no false. Why would we believe anything these people say false or true? How are you believing this? How are you feeding into this Project 25 stuff? How are you feeding into this at all? Silly. But listen.
Well, we had just showed you that article from Popular Mechanics earlier in this live stream, and it said that the IQs of Americans have decreased.
Absolutely.
So now,
I can believe it.
So now that falls in line with Obadiah, and this is why they're at odds around the world. They are at odds around the world. We're not at odds. They are. And now the problem is, well, if they're at odds, well, somebody's going to be listening to what we've been saying. Now the world is finally getting ready to listen, because that delusion that they've been enduring is now those scales are falling off their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Betty.
See, we were supposed to be just like we were supposed to be judges over ourselves, over our people. We are supposed to be our people teachers, but we was up under so much delusion that we lost our way on teaching our own kids. So how slow are we? How slow are we to think that our little kids are gonna go into a public school and really learn who they are and what's really going on and who they're supposed to worship? How do you really thought that those Horites and Surites and Edomites and Esauites, you really thought that they was going to give your children a good sound teaching on who they are and what really happened? You really thought that? You really how listen here. Don't you know, in the Congolese, King Leopold, which was a complete demonic sick demon, like, you know, that's a demonic lizard skin thing. That's a thing. That's definitely from Mount Seir and the Horites and from Esau. Listen. You mean to tell me you get mad if we even talk about the tens of millions Congolese that was chopped and maimed and murdered and ate and boiled? You really believe that these people in America don't know that? And maybe they don't, because there's a lot of trade. Anyways, listen. So we can only talk about and teach our children about the cause, the cause. You know that our children have to learn and read that book by Anne Franks. Do you know that? That's a part of their curriculum.
Yes, it
is. To force the world to read and understand what happened to those liars, those birthright stealers, those land thieves. You actually want us to listen, but you really believe, oh yeah, the education is going down. No, it's been down. And we don't take the initiative to open up our own schools to teach our own kids. To teach our own kids, because you still in a delusion thinking that this educational system is meant to teach you anything. Delusional. When they say they want to redo, they want to get rid of the Department of, not the Department of Children, the Department of Education. They don't want to regroup and redo it. They're not talking about for you. When they redo it, revamp it, you ain't gonna be wrote in it. You already out. Our people are already out because Ron DeSantis in Florida does not want the lily whites to know that they come from some people eaters and skinners. These people eaters and skinners. How you brush up under the rug that you put our babies in cages and fed them to alligators? How do you brush that under the rug? How do you brush that under the rug? How you skinned Nat Turner and oiled his skin and made go Google the white man in Paris says The best shoes that he ever wore is shoes made out of the Negro skin. He said he would never change the way what shoes he wear. Now, what skin is he getting this? Where he getting the skin from?
Mm-hmm.
Where's he getting the skins from? And you talking about you voting for either one of these lizards?
Hey, Sister Betty, he walking on judgment.
Okay.
That's what he doing. He walking on judgment.
That's what he doing. So look, I encourage you people out there. You better wake up and turn back and worship your king. He's your only weapon. He's your only weapon. You keep on going along with your oppressors. Who in the world gonna keep going back? That's like a dog or a pig going back to his own vomit. You keep going back eating it. And they got you saying it's good. Oh, ain't that good?
But you know, I think that the fact that we are Israel is a trap for the Gentiles.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they can't see, if they don't see us, they can't see the scriptures. The scriptures make no sense unless you know who the people are. And so they're falling into the trap thinking they're okay. And what they're gonna hear is, depart from me, I never knew you.
Absolutely.
Right? What they gonna hear is, what you did to the least of these, my brethren, you did unto me. Because they say, well, you know, I'm a Christian, I believe. Well, you know, as James 2 says, you know, faith alone can't save. It must be combined with works. And so they think they can just believe. They have been deceived for generations. And it's a sad state. And then we out here telling them, say, look, y'all wrong. Y'all on the wrong track. But they in trouble.
They in trouble. They are in trouble because they think that they're right. But that's that strong delusion that Yahuwah got them under. You think you're right. Okay. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, they didn't spoil their own minds.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. They spoiled their own mind. We didn't. I mean, you know, and it comes with that disrespect that we've been experiencing for hundreds of years. Black man can't teach me nothing. Now, when black brothers and sisters started waking up, they understood the scriptures. Oh no, they just find it difficult to believe that the Most High is teaching you.
Mm-hmm.
And I seriously believe this, that with all this awakening, I'm sorry, say it again, sis.
Some of their most brilliant-minded scholars went to Timbuktu to gain knowledge.
That's it. Come
on, we had written books before these people knew how to take a bath. So what do you mean we can't teach you nothing? We taught you how to bathe. We taught you how to bury your dead. We taught you how to cook. Paula Dean ain't know how to cook. Paula Dean
exactly.
In the kitchen. You got everything from us, and you still get all your fashion and music from us. Well, look at some of the inventions that the African American made, the Hebrew made. Y'all ain't invented nothing. Go back and look at the real inventors, the real builders. The real builders. You can't build no pyramid. You can barely build a structure that'll stand up for 20 years, let alone thousands of years. What you mean we can't teach you nothing? We taught you everything. You don't know how to breastfeed your own children. We nurse your babies with the breast milk of a slave. We can't teach you nothing. I can teach you everything because I am your mother. I am your mother. We are the mothers and fathers of civilization. Don't tell me we can't teach you nothing.
But you know what they don't understand is that even when the Most High came, Yeshua spoke in parables. Why? Because it was given for us to understand and not them. Why is that? Because they have a heart problem, right? And so now they're being exposed for the hypocrites that they are, and they can never receive from the ones who's supposed to come and deliver some light.
Hallelujah. We the light of the world. We're the light. We are the light of the world. You can hate it all you want. You can hate it all you want, but we the light of this world. We are. I'm sorry, family.
But let me ask this because I'm noticing that, and it could be me, and I could be somewhat biased. been born in the States? I mean, I know there was one scripture that spoke about Judah, but why do it seems that it's these African Americans who are spearheading this? I mean, I could be wrong now, but it seems that it's African Americans that are spearheading this awakening.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about that, and I alluded to, Beni Israel, with his teachings. Yacoba had teachings with who it was that was there in Spain, right? What we were taken from. Look, this is Zion, right? You see that there in Obadiah, right? And Micah. Look, they know who we are, and you know that they know who we are because they didn't even want to open up the catacombs. They didn't want to open up the catacombs back in 2020. Remember, March 2020, they were supposed to open up the catacombs. Supposed to be a real big deal. Everybody was supposed to get on in there. All the scholars were supposed to go on in there and start translating works. Remember, we were even talking about setting up a GoFundMe for Brother Dante so he could be over there in Italy so he could get to work and get, that was going to be a lot of meat. And then what did they do? They shut that thing down.
They probably heard of Dante coming there. Yeah, and that Dante, but that brother put together. Oh man!
Say, Karis, I know you was reading Obadiah. Read Obadiah 1:19.
Yeah, I was trying to get there. Let me share that. Here we go. We're back here. So verse 18. Let me finish that on up. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahuwah has spoken it. Why? They're completely gone away. Here it is. Obadiah, verse 19, and they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau. Global South, BRICS, anyone? Yep, we'll discuss. And they of the plain, the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead. And the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad, shall possess the cities of the south. And Savior shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be Yahuwah's.
Now think of this in verse 20, right? And the slaves, right? This is captivity. Let's make it real. And the slaves of the host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath, and the slaves of Jerusalem, which is the people, which is in Sepharad. Now they say Sepharad is Spain. Now Spain and Portugal shall possess the cities of the south. We're gonna end up possessing part of Portugal Europe. And Spain. Why?
We're gonna possess part of Europe.
Yeah.
But they stole a portion of Africa and called it their land, though. Too.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did that.
What is that? The Canary Islands?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. You know that. You know it.
Let me get over here to Micah, chapter 5, verse 8. Well, let me start at chapter 7. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people as dew from Yahuwah, as the showers upon the grass that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. So we're scattered throughout the whole world. Here it is. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. I touched on the Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Say, Karis, do you have the video of the brother in Chicago who was like warning the Venezuelans? He said, "You come here, we got switches."
Man, let me find that.
But didn't I tell you that was going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, Mike, you
Oh,
from Chicago, you know, huh?
yeah, brother. I mean, man, I'm like, but I'm like with Sister Betty. These are some demonic people. Very demonic.
Yeah.
You bring in people from that far, from your little bitty brain. You bring them up in here to fight, to start a fight with us.
let me
Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
All right. I don't know if this is the right video. Fair use. I'll put this link in the chat. Fair use. Here we go. Get that.
Aliens in Chicago. This is the warning. If you ain't on no bullshit, stay neutral. Somebody please translate. Stay neutral. If you know somebody that's in your building on bullshit, don't let them run in that building, and don't let nobody see them run in that building. Because once word get out that that's the building that we in, they're gonna chop that bitch down. Whatever building, the abandoned building y'all occupying and all that shit. Yeah, you better get your food and just stay in the house, because they come out doing some bullshit. Y'all gonna regret that. You're gonna really regret that. So I don't speak Spanish, so somebody need to translate. I hope they got TikTok that translate, I guess. They can kind of make me seem like I'm speaking Spanish.
He gave the warning. Fair use, fair warning.
You ain't seen nothing yet, bro. They looking. I mean, they orchestrated this stuff. I mean, when you and they know what they doing, bro. When you showing African Americans, I'm just gonna use that because that's where they was born. They was born here, being put out of buildings, and then they bring in the migrants right in front of them. These people know exactly what they're doing.
So, Mike, I have a question for you. Your family still in
Yes, sir.
Chicago?
Yeah, all of them.
So they were saying that 32 Venezuelans went into an apartment complex on, I think, King Street or something like that. Some people saying that's not legit. What have you heard?
King Street. Well, we got. I mean,
That's like in what they said, Olak or Obak or something like that. It's
was
like
that in Chicago, or was that in Aurora?
No, in Chicago, in the hood.
Wait a minute. Now let me tell you. I'm gonna say it like this, bro. I gotta call my buddy Kevin, but they on King Drive. King Drive. Yeah, no, you King Drive. You went into the belly of the beast. I mean, it's just I'm serious now. If you want to talk about a multitude of us, is the South Side. South Side, period. Now, they're business-minded brothers. Well, at the same time, they can thug up real quick. It's just a matter of changing the attitude. They would turn it on like a light switch. And, but it's going to take brothers like ourselves. Hey, look here. This is what's going on. They pimping this. But then at the same time, they leaving brothers and sisters in a way that's you black people are not trying to get back in no corner.
Yeah, so Obadiah said it was O Block.
O Block?
Yeah.
In Chicago, O Block? No, I never heard of that. But if it's on King Drive, that's South Side. That is absolute south side. Don't get me wrong. There's a portion of King Drive where it comes up to the the city or downtown area. And then, but then, it cuts off. That's not a long drive. But the rest of it, no,
Okay, so
that's blacks.
This is Parkway Gardens apartment homes, known as O Block, is a group of apartments with 694 units located in the greater Grand Crossing area.
Oh, Grand Cross? Oh, no. That is absolutely nothing but us over there. That's gonna be a bloodbath.
So it makes me wonder if all that is true, or if it's part of a psyop operation to get us fighting each other.
Yeah,
That's all. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and they doing that. They know it, bruh. I mean, woo, it's getting difficult to weigh your words on this YouTube thing, and they seeing it. I know they know it, and I mean, I hope that the brothers, because I kid you not, bro, they don't want to show those brothers on the south side feeding these immigrants last year. They don't want to show those videos. But they don't want to show videos of black people pulling up, popping trunks, pulling out clothes because their wintertime kicked in. We know how cold they can get. They don't want to show those videos. But then they said, all right, we need to push these Negroes. So now what did they do? Everybody started getting evicted. Then they start giving the immigrants $5,000, $1,300 of aid. Bro, what do you think is supposed to happen? And then they let it be known publicly.
Mm-hmm.
They let it be known what they're doing. They took old schools, whether it's high school, middle school, whatever, and they turned them into living quarters for the immigrants. But yet and still, the sisters, they was getting evicted with these kids. I mean, they push buttons. I mean, they just like these niggas. These people start hitting below the belt. They start hitting below the belt as if, all right, it's only so much that we want to take, bro. I mean, that's a given. It's only so much. You got people talking about they want a civil war. We just trying to say, man, hey, just leave us alone. And they keep on. Hey, what was that? Carlito's way. They said they just keep on bringing me back in.
Yeah, and can you see that they really are trying to provoke us, right? Because most black folks, just as one guy said, all we want to do is go to the barbecue, chill. Now this guy, he smoke weed. He say we just want to smoke some weed and chill, right? That ain't all of us, but I'm just saying, it's like black folks not looking for a fight, right? But they trying to provoke one, and they stirring the pot because they want us to get into it with these people. But here's the thing. This land belongs to the Venezuelans. It belongs to the Mexicans. Look, they brought us here illegally, right? Just give us our reps and let us go home. That's all we want, right? And I could see where it's leading towards that, right? It's coming to a confrontation that they're building, and it's going to force us to leave, like the scripture says. But at the same time, don't forget Putin and them hanging off the shores.
It was a Dwayne Reese. Now you ask that brother. He put a comment in. Ask that brother, is that full of black people? He gonna say yes. You may have a speck of white in the upper the upper part of King Drive. Not going that deep. Not going that deep. Now, and then don't get me wrong.
The question is for Dwayne: is it really happening? Are these Venezuelans there? I mean, because
they there. They're on the south side. You talking about Dan Ryan? I'm sorry, say again. Well, I mean, I haven't heard them messing with black people. Now, when I was on 89th and by the Dan Ryan at Home Depot. There was a killing over there. Somebody got deleted. And that's where a lot of the immigrants hang out and looking for work, and including the women. Now, when they was on a hold, well, they was looking for customers, put it that way. The brother, they were looking to go do some work. So, but this is what it was. And but boom, 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 some type of altercation happened, and some people got taken out over there at Home Depot. And that was I think that was earlier this year or last year, one of the two. But I mean, I haven't heard the immigrants coming up against any blacks. That's just me. And even when I was there, I didn't hear anything. All I seen was brothers and sisters giving them food, giving them some money to eat. That's all. And that's all I seen, bro. That's it. Now, how they maneuver this situation to get us at odds, that's some demonic stuff that I can't even answer.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like Kara said in one of his shows, it's more like a paramilitary operation going on. And these guys probably were hired to come here to cause some division and some strife so they can implement martial law and all this crazy stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that, because now there's a known fact. They said when they start releasing people to come to the United States, they open up their prison doors.
Yeah,
they sent the prisoners up here.
Yeah, and they knew they were going to do that, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you sending some hoodlums where we got enough, and then imagine this though. Now they didn't open up their prison doors. Who to say the United States won't do the same thing? Oh, let's open up the prison doors. Let's really get it popping. Man, please. Oh, man, that's these people are not humans.
What do y'all think gonna happen? I mean, we only about 2 months from election. I don't think there's gonna be an election. What do y'all think?
No, I don't believe there'll be no election.
To me, look, something's gonna happen, and they're gonna try to lock down the election.
Yeah,
something's gonna happen. I don't know what that something's gonna look like. I don't know if the war is gonna kick off. I mean, look, the timing, like I had said with Bolivia and things happening Kazan around October 22nd, 24th. What is that? Less than 2 weeks away from the election. Come on now. I believe something's gonna happen.
Well, one thing I do know is that we're not ready for it. I don't think we could prepare. You know how the Gentiles say preppers? I don't think you can prepare for what's coming. I mean, you could try your best, but the Most High is he gonna step in, because look, even when you read the scriptures, it says a remnant gonna get out, right? And so, who's that remnant? You don't know if you fall in that remnant. And these are dangerous times. Be honest with you, I wish I was over there with Mike, because right here it's just gonna be straight up dangerous.
And then at the same time, I was telling Karis, Jacob, was the Hell's Angels. I believe they're supposed to have just left Colorado. They supposed to went down there and rectified matters or something. I don't know, but
some people say that's fake, but I don't know.
I don't know, but at the same time, how are they gonna make a distinction between the immigrants and African American? These so-called,
I guarantee you, they're not gonna be looking for the Venezuelan. They're gonna be looking for us.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, because when it first started, when this stuff first started, and at least in Chicago, they was telling the governor was saying that these immigrants can come in and get apply for police position. This is what they telling them. You coming into the United States and you getting a job working for the police station.
Yeah, and citizenship before November, right? One of those guys said citizenship before November. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Man,
they could probably do that. They could probably do that, and that would be absolutely. Well, we already know what that's going to lead to. It's not going to be so much on us. That's going to be on them. That's going to be on them. Oh, you mean my great granddaddy? We fought for this, and anybody can just show up. Look, we know we don't really have any type of political power, political capital on our hands, so it really doesn't matter. They can do whatever they want to do. They've proven that.
I just hope y'all got y'all bags packed, because be honest with you, I mean, we are surrounded, right? We got them folks on one side and the Hispanic, Latinos, whatever you want to call them, on the other. And we the ones around here trying to like just dance, right? You go on the TikTok, we all we doing is dancing. That's all black folks doing is dancing. And these folks planning our demise. I keep telling y'all that. I'm like, if you can't see it,
you will fall for it.
Yep. I just say be ready to move, head on the swivel, like Mike said.
All the time. All the time. I mean, this is what we at. And it's like, I mean, we in captivity. Yeah, that's a known fact.
Yep.
And so you got to, you're asking yourself, and you're talking to the Most High. I mean, how are we gonna get up out of this? We surrounded.
Yeah.
These people are making all these plans against us. This is what they're doing.
And they all know we Israel now, right? And they still don't care.
Still do not care. You can say this is the jewel of the Most High's eyes. So,
of course they do.
I need to take a couple of them with me.
These people do
if I'm going to hell, I'm going with at least 30 of them. That's their mentality.
Y'all, these
people worship
the same way you do. You talking about a bunch of people that worship Hasatan. You expect them to be worried about if we Israel or not?
They don't care.
That's the least
but they say they serve the God of the Bible, but they don't.
Yeah, they
don't clarify it. They don't clarify what's Murdoch, right? Baal,
yes,
Dagon, they were all gods in the Bible.
They're all gods.
Yep.
Zeus, all of them, they're gods. Abaddon, Apollo, all these are gods. So when they say they not worrying about us being the people, why would they? The Most High is not theirs. They're not worried about him. Come on, family. We thinking crazy if that's what it is. Nobody is worrying about us, but Yahuwah. These people worship Lucifer. Look at the Paris opening and closing.
Yeah,
they worship Lucifer. They put it in your face. Don't you see? Do we not see that they put it in your face? They're not hiding it. I'm not in agreement with that whole Last Supper thing anyways, because they all demons and dope addicts and come from all they sex houses and all of that other foolishness that Leonardo da Vinci painted. And he was a homosexual anyways. So why in the world are we believing in any of that? Those people never regarded us, and they never will. Our people are just sick and sad to believe that's what it is. I'm sorry. It's just sad. We're the only one worshiping Yahuwah, not the only ones, but in America, we know that's who we worship, Yahuwah, through his son, Yahushua HaMashiach. That's who we worship. But these other, listen, family, it's 1.some billion Islamists, 1.8 billion people, 400 million. These different people are on a broad road. They're not on the narrow road. You got millions and billions of people on the earth that do not worship him, and they know who they worship.
Well, this is why I'm just as Jacoba had pointed on out. Working with the continent right now is critical. It's critical. And when we have our discussions with our brothers and sisters on the continent, just about every day, Mike is on out there. He's living there. He's talking to other countries on out there. We are steadily engaged. because there are countries, a lot of countries they want to outwardly support, but they can't. They're threatened by being kicked off of SWIFT or having some other sanctions or policies. It's a bad game.
Yes, it
We're
is.
we are literally we're fighting an uphill battle. It really is. And when we try to provide solutions, boy oh boy. But they
You know
want
they got to
to
be.
be able
Mhm.
to provide solutions to us. They know they have resources, but they don't know how to work that with us. Because why? Look, you already know what Obadiah says. We're a fire and they're a flame. Come on now. They are trying their best to not spark this fire. The moment that we are able to help one another, it's over with. It's like gasoline meets the fire. That's literally what it is. So yes, these are the things that we toil with and we toil through every single day. Because it's a tough dance, especially when you're talking with folks at these high levels of government. They know the limitations, and I know their limitations. So we have to be very, very cognizant. We have to be mindful of what they're going through also. They're under an oppression, it's just a different one. They're oppressed because they literally get kicked off and get denied access to the dollar when they want to nationalize their gold, nationalize their resources, nationalize. And all nationalize is, they try to say it's a dirty word. Well, let me tell you this. America nationalizes its stuff. There are certain things in America that, guess what? They don't let other foreign countries have access to. So why is that a dirty word? It's a dirty word because it's used in a hypocritical standard. It's hypocrisy. And now this is why the wisdom of Esau, the house of Teman, the strong men, are literally being hoodwinked because they thought that they could live in hypocrisy. And now people around the world are seeing blood on their hands. And they're shouting it. Get on out of here, Yank. Leave us alone. That didn't come from me. That came from the people there in Turkey. You have Incirlik Air Base, one of the biggest air bases there in the Middle East, besides Al Udeid. Come on now. So now, if they're being assaulted outwardly like that, where do you think the next pressure point, who do you think that's going to be waged on? Well, they wage that traditionally on us, AKA we are not black, Negroes, African Americans, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, the children of Judah. At the end of the day, Zion. We're here in captivity. But we
Mhm.
have to learn how to flow and move together here so then we can flow and move together with our brothers and sisters over there. We're all learning. It is a learning process.
I'm gonna sit these back in the baby. I got two of them.
Got Sister Betty shopping in the background. Hallelujah.
Oh Lord, y'all, I'm at
Hallelujah.
Walmart. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all.
Hallelujah.
Sorry,
Trying to get that
y'all.
discount.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I guess I'm so busy, but Karis, you absolutely right. You are absolutely right, family. I'm just so glad I'm gonna get off them, but I just want to call just to go out and sign out. Brother Mike, Jacoba, Karis, I love you guys. No matter what the enemy try to bring in between, I will not divorce y'all. I'll be mad for a minute at y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna get mad at y'all for a minute, Karis. I told you I'm mad at you, Cobra, mad at you, Brother Mike, all y'all. And I'm gonna keep it a band. I was mad at y'all.
Well, we're glad to
ain't
have
gonna
you
lie.
back, Sister Betty. We missed you.
I came on back because I miss y'all too. How you gonna leave? You can get mad at your family. Teeth and tongue fall out and they're in the same mouth. So don't you know it's okay we get a little mad, but look, we know how to come back.
Yeah.
We know how to come back.
Mhm.
Because look, I got 2 of them, baby. This is my family. I don't have another family out here like y'all. Like I said before, I kind of like came on into this awakening. I woke up in 2015 all on my own. But then I found that mental.
Oh, she kind of cut out. Sister Betty, you
Yeah, she
there?
cut out. Seemed like she cut out. I think she would like hit a button or something.
Yeah, she was trying to multitask.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh, there she go.
Yeah, there you
go
go.
ahead, sis.
I came into this awakening and I kind of like grew up on Minister Jacob and them channel. And then I come on around and meet Karis and meet up with Dante and them. So you can't get rid of this family. You be making a big mistake. Just separate yourself from this family. Get mad and come on back and tell them you was mad and you still love them. It's all good. It's all good. I'm 61 years old. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for no foolishness. I don't have time for the foolishness. I'm real about who I am. And if I say I love you and I'm with you, you better know I'm with you. I'm serious about that. I ain't scared.
That's what I like about you, Sister Betty. You real. That's how I am. I mean, what you see, what you get. You either like it or you don't.
You like it or you don't. I don't care.
Yeah.
We don't have time. We don't have time to be playing games on out here.
Man,
for real.
I don't.
That's it.
They don't release a paramilitary force from Venezuela.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You can't play around here.
But see, that's the thing though. We gotta think kingdom like, and I don't mean the Christian version of kingdom, right?
No.
That's that amorphous type of idea of a kingdom. We need to really be, because you know what a kingdom is? It's really a family, because it started off as a family, right? It started off as Jacob. And then we got our king. Well, now Yeshua is our king. It always should have been our king, but our people want us all. But in the end, we got to work together. That's the bottom line. And we got to ignore everybody else and deal with our house first. See, I'm not saying ignore everybody. But deal with our house first.
Absolutely.
Deal with the Yahudims first. Then we'll think about dealing with them. But hopefully, by the
how in the world you gonna help somebody else and you need help yourself? We got. Oh man.
I'm gonna sign off on that so I can get on out of Walmart and load this truck up. But it's been a pleasure to be back on with you guys. I love y'all with the love of the Messiah. That's your Kobe line. I'm gonna use it today, and I'm gonna say shalom.
All right,
shalom, sis.
Thank you, Sister Betty. Yeah. So, family, this is why it's important. This is the importance of the mission at Quest Unite Africa. And during my time that they threw me on up there to, do something. I'm just trying my best to do something. I'm trying my best to please the Most High. But I done messed around. I wrote a book. It's called The Rise of Africa, because here's the thing. Literally prophetically, we're seeing every single thing happening. It is prophetically, that's what we're doing. This is no accident. This is not an accident. But it's the Most High that has to bring us to where we need to go. And as we go, listen, we are building up the tabernacles of David. Wasn't that what the scripture says? That's Jeremiah chapter 50. We just read that. How do you build up the tabernacles of David? You have to build up together, family. And then we can build up with our brothers and sisters. With Ephraim. We can build.
You just think about the work we all have to do. I mean, and for brothers that's going to be awakened and things of that nature. Then you coming over here, enlighten brothers and sisters. Those 12 disciples, they was not white.
Mm-hmm.
Because they teach these kids from even in the orphanages. I mean, Kerry, you remember when we drove by there? They supposed to have all the 12 disciples. All of them was white.
All white, exactly. If you don't know, the brainwashing is over there. It's heavy, but this is how we have to approach them. This is what we need to show them. Look, this is it. How do we talk to you? This gives us a baseline. Here it is, family. The rise of Africa, the continent, the diaspora, and BRICS. This is the #1 new release. Oh, I'm screenshotting that one. #1 new release in African politics. Hallelujah. #1 new release in African politics.
Yeah. Everybody named Mama go eventually get it.
Yeah, that's a pretty big accomplishment. But we have to look. This is so important because here's the thing: Africa has all the resources. They don't want us to control it. The flame and the fire. What do you think that is? Resources. What do you think happens when we have resources? Oh, you ain't stopping near one of us. Not near one of us.
And on top of talent,
come on,
engineering. Oh, come on, man, please.
And see
we have electricity. We have electricity with our wires. You keep messing with us.
Yep. Yep.
And see, the thing is, what people don't realize that the rise of Africa is really the beginning of us taking back what they have taken from us, right? Because you have to have knowledge first. And so now,
Go ahead, Yakova. Go ahead. Because I want to
now
add on.
Karis is showing you what's going on with BRICS, what's going on with Africa, the changes that's happening, right? Because that is our inheritance, and this has been the fight of Esau. Esau won his what he believed was taken from him, but it was already ordained that it was ours, and that's what we're dealing with, right?
Yeah,
man. So Yakoba, why do you think what is going on when these nations have done what? They're dealing with Edom.
Exactly.
Development, right? Economic development, critical infrastructure. I'm going to build. Because why? Because you've constantly destroyed. Come on. How do we build? We got to build up with one another, family. We got to build up first. That's what these tabernacles of Zion are all about. These tabernacles of David is all about. We got to build our house.
Them two sticks.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's the last thing they need to come together is those two sticks. Yep. That's the last thing that this world or Satan, that's the last thing he needs.
And look, I'm gonna tell y'all may not notice this, and maybe Karis don't even realize this either. But Karis is a leader in this thing, and the reason is
Negro, you trying to get me shot? Come on now, I just got
saying,
to monetize this channel.
Look, whether or not you want to admit it, the fact that you are reaching across the waters and on a continent, right? I'm like, ain't nobody else doing that. Right, so it's like you're forming that relationship between the two sticks, and I think this is all part of the Most High's plan, but it comes with risk, right? And that's why the family got to help. I mean, because y'all don't understand, we are in the midst of warfare. This is real, and just like they did during the time of the lollipop, when certain leaders started disappearing, you have to pray for people and try your best to cover them and protect your, the people who are on the front line. I mean, y'all don't understand how dangerous it is. These people don't play.
Yeah.
Their kingdom is leaving. Did you see? Do I need to show that TikTok video again?
Yeah. What TikTok? What did you show?
Oh, Mike, you got in late. Yeah, let me show this. I got to show it. I got to. Here we go. They're up. Let me encore one more time. They've been hoodwinked.
In Turkey by Nash. Oh boy.
They've
Is
been
them turning on
hoodwinked.
themselves?
Nah, those are U.S. There were 2 U.S. Marines that were in Turkey that were attacked. Turkey is a NATO member. They're getting attacked by their allies. That's Obadiah. We just said this. Come on, family. So now they're losing control worldwide. We cannot be here onesies and twosies getting picked off. We just can't do it.
No.
Come on now.
So, Karen, I have a question for you. When you first took over Q2UA, did you realize the amount of responsibility you would have?
Honestly, no. No. I was grasping it, but I didn't want to think too much about the grasp because, that could be overwhelming. So what I was trying to do was just figure things on out day by day and really be sensitive to how the Ruach HaKodesh was leading, not just me, but the group.
Isn't it
So,
interesting though that
yeah.
that you have a military background, which puts you on the front line of warfare, right? Because that's what you're in, right? Even if if you don't notice that, you and everybody on that team are really part of a military campaign. You call it whatever you want for the Most High, right? And if you look at what's happening, it's uniting of the diaspora with those on the continent. That's what you're doing. Right. And so it's like if you look at the prophecies, right? I mean, whether or not you realize it is bringing the two together. I'm just saying that's what I see. Ain't nobody else doing that.
I lit into Karis one time like that. I said, "Look here, bro. You stand up for the Most High." I said, "I don't think you understand the severity of your position." Last year? I went in on Karis.
See how these brothers trying to set me up to get deleted, man. I appreciate that you are loving me to death. You love me.
No. Here's the thing, Karis. Whether or not we say anything, the position's the position and the risk of the risk. The point being is that you need family help and support, right? And prayers more than anything, right? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I would not want your position. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a huge responsibility. I wouldn't want it. It's too much for me.
I'm gonna tell you something, Yakoba. And when I say the board be going in on Karis, they be scrutinizing everything he do. Because they're trying to keep him on the straight and narrow. And this is not, I'm not, and Karis will tell you, I'm not pacifying him. Because when they go, that's many times Karis be getting upset. But once he settled down, he said, you're right. And he take it like a man. Because we recognize the position. That's one thing we recognize is his position. And we may ask questions about this or that, but when it's all over said and done, no, we maintain our respect and we stay in our lane. I don't know nothing about no military. Man, when you start talking, Karis started talking about military, I sit back and I listen and I ask questions, and things of that nature. Not to sit up here and confront him or say, no, that's not true. No. It's just strictly just for information only.
Mike, come on now. Come on, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go into specifics. But you pull ranked on me. You pulled rank last week on me. You pulled rank last week on me. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
And you know what, Karis? I think that was out of frustration.
But you know what? As Sister Betty said, that's what family do, right? And there's going to be disagreements and all that type of thing. But the goal and is to help the family. And I think, we got to move away from that capitalistic mindset, right? Where it's just me, and go back to that Ubuntu, I am because you are. And that's something that's foreign to us, right? And but it's it's who we are, right? That's why we can't do anything by ourselves, right? Individualism don't work for Israel. Israel is a family, and the only way we're gonna succeed is to rise together. That's what we got to realize.
Absolutely. When I sit down with meetings with folks, and they're not even in the Hebrew community, right? They're not in the Hebrew community, or they're kind of, they understand, but they're still kind of in that awakening process. Let me tell you this. I sat down with a brother the other day, and we were explaining things, and we were saying, yeah, it's this and that, and let me tell you, it was like, bam, he's on it immediately. It's like, bam, there it is. The eyes are opened. And that's what our people are all about. We don't have to sell you on why this is important. The Most High already knows. He already put that spirit in you. This is why we're even talking in the first place. So all we have to do is open our mouths and say, look, this is what the Most High is doing. This is how we can work. And then it's bam, 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 bam. That's how it is. And our people, we are literally the currency. The dollar is nothing. It really isn't. We are the currency for real. Our relationships for real. Now, do we need currency, to pay some bills? Yeah, we do. But in order to do major cataclysmic surges, it's literally about understanding one another and letting the Most High move to allow those relationships to go through. That's it. And when I tell you, these meetings, and they consume a lot of my day. Planning consumes a lot of my day. Working on relationship building for different high-level individuals, it consumes a lot of my day. But, I'm refreshed to let people know that in each meeting, bam, here it is, here it is. This is why it's important. This is why it's important. Look, and when I talk, I know that it's not me talking. It's the Most High. That's the Most High. I don't need to worry about the elegance of speech. Look, Most High is just going to dip, and there it is. Now I got to set my Patreon account back up. I got to remonetize, family. For 2 years, I was just being able to run my mouth, say what I wanted to say. And I was like, well, YouTube wasn't giving me nothing. Now it's like, all right, Sister Betty, thank you. Oh, man, I want to edit that part. I know it. What happened to Sister Betty's part? Oh, we'll figure that on out. The YouTube version and the
Rumble version.
The Rumble version. You know what I'm saying? Man, we have to start coming on out here. Rated YT. Rated YT. Oh my goodness.
But let me ask you something on this immigrant. What are the main cities where these immigrants are supposed to be heavy at? I know Chicago is one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, New York?
Mm-hmm.
New York, Aurora, Colorado. Now, I just heard today, I haven't proved any of this. They say they're in Dallas too. I can't believe that. There's no way they coming to Texas and taking over nothing in Dallas. I don't believe it. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm not believing half this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see that either. Not fair. I just that's no. You'll be that'll be on the news.
Yeah, I
of,
mean,
of a bloodbath.
everybody packing in Texas, so I just
Mhm.
don't see.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I understand. I seriously believe that is not the one, and they just send them on. No, you're not stopping here. Hop on this bus. Go take you to your sanctuary city, and that's what they did.
Yep.
Yep. Well,
But
family.
mhm.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Let me
I
get some
think that
final
when it's all over,
comments.
when it's all over said and done, like Jehovah said some years ago, they trying to move us out, and it seems. And I mean, if it gets to that point, I'm just saying to brothers and sisters, if you can afford it, hey, get out. I mean, that's not this is not our fight. If you gotta leave out up from it, so be it. Of course, yes, it's going to be bloody. They making it out to be bloody.
Mm.
I'm serious. That's what they're doing. And my thing is to say, hey, if we have knowledge and we see what's happening, let's start to use that spiritual knowledge that the Most High has given us. Hey, this is the situation. You need to move. And let's not hold on to our material thing, thinking, oh, no, I was raised in this house. I was born in this house. That's a wooden house that can either burn up and can be rebuilt.
Mm.
It's just that simple. Yeah, we got spoiled. This is time you just got to snap your finger and wake up and keep it moving, because it's you and your family survival that is at hand. And back to you, Brother Karras.
All right. Thank you, Brother Mike. Brother Yacoba, final comments.
Yeah. So just wanted to come out here and support Karis, and also, talk about what's happening. I think we have to be aware that these times are, just as we stated, going to get worse and worse and are getting worse. And for anybody to tell you nothing has changed, I mean, obviously they're gaslighting you. And if you can't see what's happening, and that a lot of people are about to be deleted because a lot of people are being oppressed, right? Just like we read in Jeremiah 50:51, just everything we see in the Bible, right? Jeremiah 50:51, 2nd Ezra 15:16, everything is in alignment. And I think for those who don't see it, I don't think they believe the scriptures, right? Because I think it's clear, but I will say this. The only way for us through this is together. I've been saying that for a while. We have to support one another, and we have to be humble. We have to walk in love and truth. But here's the thing, not in that passivity, right? Don't let nobody slap you upside the head and don't slap them back. I mean, maybe you want to turn the other cheek, right? I'm not there yet. But I'm just saying, you got to protect yours, right? That's all I got. And good sharing with you all, Brother Karras and Brother Mike and Sister Betty.
All right. Thank you, Brother Yacoba. Yeah, so family, I wrote the book. It's now #1 new release in African politics. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We're on Amazon. You can help me celebrate that. I will be in the Atlanta area on Friday, September 20th. Friday, September 20th from 10 a.m. to about, I think, 3 or 4 p.m. We're doing a Art of Diplomacy workshop, family, because of YouTube stuff. I can only show you the video and it won't have the sound. So I'll talk through this Art of Diplomacy workshop, September 20th, 2024 in Atlanta, Georgia. Please join Shar and I as we talk about the art of diplomacy, how to radically transform your life and the world with vision and strategic communication. So, family, it is going to be a treat for you to sign up for the event. Lunch is included, and we will also have a networking session so you can get in touch with folks there at the event. We're all bringing things to the table. We're all growing together, and community starts with us, but it starts with how we talk and walk out the vision that is we all see. We can all see it, we can all understand it, we can all taste it. But being able to work with one another on it, that's where we're coming from. So family, I have that link. It's in the chat here. I hope to see you all there. And let me tell you, it's going to be amazing. Your world is going to change because your paradigm is going to change. And it's not me changing the paradigm. It's not Sister Shar. It's Yahuwah. That's it. It's Yah that's doing that. Hallelujah. So with that said, family, yeah, wow, 3 hours and 10 minutes. Hallelujah. So family, thank you again for supporting this channel. Again, this channel is being remonetized. That's that $ COVAWK, and I'll figure on out some of the other things. Hallelujah. But let me tell you, family, rest assured, the Most High always has us. We may not be in the best predicament or the best shape, but trust and believe. He loves his children. He loves his people, all those that call on his name. And again, shout out to Brother Ron over at Truth Unedited, because we are not black people. We are the sons and daughters of Yasharel. For Gentiles, you are grafted in under the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach. Don't boast against it. Accept it. Love the family. And move on. And let me tell you, for Gentiles, you don't get a free ticket. If you're not speaking out, then guess what? That means you support. And you will be judged in the end. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the hardest thing for Gentiles. You're going to have to talk to your family about this. Sorry, not so easy. Hallelujah. With that said, family, I will be back on Tuesday. Super Tuesday. No, not Super Tuesday, but Tuesday we'll get things started. It's always Thursday, Friday. They always love to do things today, this weekend, because people aren't paying attention right about now. And we live in a world that people are not paying attention. But we already knew that. And thanks to that popular mechanics study that I brought up earlier from that article, now we know why, because everybody's getting dumber. Sorry. I didn't say it. Tim Newborn at Popular Mechanics said it with Northwestern University. Chicago. Oh, my goodness. So with that said, family, I got to get to work at my second and third and fourth and fifth jobs. Working me like a Hebrew. No, we're not slaves. We are free, and our freedom and salvation is, and our deliverance is found in Yahushua HaMashiach. Hallelujah. So with that said, family, please join me tomorrow on Quest to Unite Africa. If you haven't subscribed to Quest to Unite Africa for our Q2A discussions, please do so. They are so edifying. It's an awesome time. It's an awesome discussion. come on over and join us. That's going to be at 7:30 Eastern. So Q2A Fridays, 7:30 Eastern. The panel is going to be great. It's an awesome time. I'll get all that together with the address because I have to update a lot of things. And I'll show the address of the P.O. box and things of that nature. So yes, give me a couple weeks, family. Give me a couple weeks. Hallelujah. So with that said, family, most high willing, I will be back. You'll see me tomorrow, and then I'll be back on Covenant Awakenings on Tuesday. So family, stay safe, stay prayed up, and stay aware. Hallelujah. So with that, shalom, salama, siemi, shalom, peace and blessings. Yasharel.
The Rise of Africa, the continent, the diaspora, and BRICS explores the relationships that are affecting the global economy right now. This book explores the relationships of the African diaspora's influence on the African continent and why this is important in stabilizing relationships with an understanding of how BRICS impacts the future, good or bad. You can order your copy of The Rise of Africa today on Amazon.com.